Greetings, citizens. Justiguy has arrived and returned to the 100-line Last Defense Academy. Thankfully, you did not miss anything when the things went too bad the last time. At the very end of the last time, that is everything seems to be doing well, and I love you. And I'm wiped. I should get to sleep right away, said Takumi here at the 100-line Last Defense Academy. I went exploring and found things for C-Ray, and soon I fell asleep. Yep, I'm not as laggy anymore. So I think I fixed whatever the problem was. I don't know why that happened. Morning again, guess I feel up in the cafeteria. Everyone ate in silence. Not only can we not hear each other, but we can't use our sketchbooks while we're eating, so there's nothing we can do. But it felt uncomfortable. I wanted it to be over quickly. I finished an awkward breakfast and decided to go to my room. Yes. Now then, I'm all done collecting materials, so I guess I should prepare for the next defensive battle. Alright, let's see if we can make Kurata talk. Because I am amused at the prospect of them just doing this. Either she's gonna talk, or they're just gonna be like, haha, you moron. Uh-oh. I think it's this one. The other stuff seems like it would be for Gaku. Alright, round 2. Oops, gotta hit the thing first. Stall kit then? Okay. This is not going well for me. Back in my room, I went straight to bed for yet another night. I'm done collecting the material, so I should be able to sleep easy tonight. I closed my eyes and surrendered my consciousness until I was asleep. Until my dings and dongs were greeted by the bings and bongs. I didn't put much thought into what I just said. I will appreciate you also doing that. Now then, I'm all done, so I guess I should prepare for the next defensive battle. Alright. We will figure out what you like today. If it is not the thing, then it is fireworks. Oh, because she does weapons. I'm an idiot. This got to be this one. I'm an idiot. Okay, and also they have just blocked off the thingy. All right, so I've kind of wasted a couple of days in that respect, but I can at least figure out some other people's preferred items. Size food, protein powder for Shoma. See, this works because we don't have to talk to him. He's actually really smart. This would be the perfect time to do Shoma's social link so he never talks about Ava to us, that weirdo. Grr. You're giving something so awesome to useless bug poops like me. Thank you so much. Sumino, how's it going? Did you manage to collect what I asked for? I gave a hearty nod and handed over everything I'd collected to Zire. Oh, I knew you could do it. Now I can work on our countermeasure. This countermeasure must be some kind of weapon that could cut through the jamming interfering with our voices, right? I bet it's not. I know what route we're on. I wanted to confirm this with him, but as I was writing in my sketchbook, I'm off to do the D part of R&D. Just hold out a little longer. Thank you. For those of you who aren't aware, R&D stands for Research and Development. So that means he's done the research, and I guess that also includes my collecting the parts. So now he's gonna do the development. This is so inconvenient. I hope this gets resolved sooner rather than later. Deciding to leave the rest in C-Ray's hands, I decided to go to sleep.
Day 56.
Guess I'll go to the cafeteria today. I shouldn't skip on going too much. I shouldn't, I won't, I couldn't. Most people, the moment I set foot in the cafeteria, Tsubasa came thundering over to me, sketchbook in hand. Do you know where Kako is? Kako? I shook my head to tell Tsubasa I hadn't seen her. Kako's been holding on to the tools I lent her. Did you tell her I was looking for her if you see her? Tsubasa then left the cafeteria. It looked like she was going to look for Kako. Right, we still can't call out without our voices, so looking for someone isn't all that easy. Maybe I should look for her after breakfast too. I'll ask if anyone's seen her. After devouring a meal in the quiet of the cafeteria, I decided to get started right away. Kako, I passed her before I got here, but I'm not sure where she went after that. She wanted to see the situation outside, so perhaps she's in a room that has a window facing the outside.
Kako, sorry I haven't seen her. You went out of your way to ask me, and yet I completely failed you like the trash I am. I apologize.
Miss Tsukumo, apologize. I have not seen her. And since I did not see her while I was cleaning the first floor this morning, I do not believe she is there. That's helpful. Huh, Kako? I saw her going down the stairs from the third floor. I don't know where she went after that, but she's probably on the first or second floor. Well, we can thus, henceforth, elucidate from those informations that she is on the second floor. Alright, no one else is here, so... Well, I would hope she's not in the boys' bathroom, but, you know. Wait, no, this is an interfacing one. This is an interfacing one. I'm stupid. I'm dumb. Ignore that. That was not my first guess. But what about the biolab? Well, no window here, but... Is this the morgue? Is that what this one is? It wouldn't be in here. Okay, we got her. There she is, Kako. She's looking out the window. What is she looking at? I knocked on the classroom door and Kako turned to look at me. Tsubasa's looking for you. What are you doing out here? Takumi, what do you think's going on with that? That? She was pointing at something outside. I peered out the window in the direction of Kako's finger. What in God's name is... What are they doing? Is it supposed to be letters? There was a group of 4 people doing something strange. Takemaru and Ima were doing something like gymnastics. Nozomi was leaping up and down, and Moko was posing or something. It looks like they're trying to tell us something. What do you think it is? Trying to tell us something? What could it possibly be? Are Takemaru and Ima trying to spell something? What even is that? Maybe Nozomi is supposed to be a circle. I feel like I understand that much. Moko... Well, I could see how ripped she is. I guess this means... I guess I should just go and ask them. I gave up on trying to figure it out by myself. Tsubasa's looking for you, so you should go see her. I'll tell you what this is about later. Alright. I parted ways with Kako and headed toward the schoolyard. I think I've mentioned this recently, but I do like the weird relationship Takumi has with the twins. Nice. I also like, and I hope there are other routes are not going to change this. I do like how like Moko is very clearly like she likes Takumi fine, but she very clearly gets along much better with like Kurata and Nozomi and kind of Yoshika. But it's like they're second to last Defense Academy. I mean, whereas like Kurata kind of blends in, and you know she has her banter with Gaku a lot, and Yoshika, I don't know. But Nozomi just kind of, well, even then she's like us, and then I don't know. Anyway, the moment I arrived in the schoolyard, the four of them ran up to me. Thank goodness you came, Takumi. Did you get our message? Not at all. When I asked them what was going on, it turned out my guess that they were spelling something was right on the money. Apparently, they were trying to spell out SOS. I still didn't get it. How was what Moko was doing supposed to be an S? More importantly, SOS, did something happen? I hurriedly scribbled down my question, and Moko immediately responded in hers.
I think I saw an invader in the schoolyard.
I don't remember her voice. What, an invader? I expressed my great shock with my face. I wanted to tell someone as soon as possible, so I sent a student to Nozomi, who happened to be looking outside. I had no idea what she was trying to say, so I just came to the schoolyard. Then we both tried to communicate to Takemaru and Imo when they saw us. We had no fucking idea what they were trying to say, so we just went and asked. We all came all the way down to the schoolyard. Then we got so worked up, we decided we had to join in and spread the word. We requested help from Kako, because she was in the classroom. I was so sure if anyone would understand, it would be Sister Dearest. The same thing that happened to me happened to everyone else, but that's not the issue here. So what happened with the invader? Moko moved her pen across the page with an embarrassed look on her face. I guess I saw things wrong. I checked and it was just some garbage. What the hell? Sorry for dragging you out here. It's fine, it can happen. The real problem is that we couldn't communicate with each other. That's why this wild goose chase happened. You really need C-Ray to finish his countermeasure as soon as possible. After finding out all of the commotion was for nothing, I dejectedly retreated to my room. Is C-Ray still not done? When will this countermeasure of his be ready? I couldn't help dwelling on it, but I also couldn't ignore my duty to prepare for a defensive battle. I'd better just get myself ready. I'd better just get myself ready, is what Takumi said. Mentally, to do free time, hooray, huzzah. Alright, maybe let's not spam things and just... I don't know, if it doesn't carry over, that would be obnoxious, so... I don't know what to do, honestly. Or ornaments. Dog toy. We're right.
You're giving something so awesome to useless bug poops like me, so thank you so much!
Ding dong. Ding bong. In the end, I never heard anything from C-Ray. I guess he's not done yet. I sure hope it'll be done by tomorrow. I held on to a faint hope as I crawled into bed. Bow, bow, bow. Morning again, I'd better go to the cafeteria.
Intruder alert! Intruder alert! Unauthorized personnel detected on school grounds. Defense mode initiated. All available troops prepare for battle immediately.
Invaders! But we still haven't dealt with being unable to hear each other. I guess war doesn't wait. For now, I'd better hurry to the war room. kind of miss just, you know, being able to... I get it would have been probably very hard to set up.
That kind of thing.
You know, for people to be in the halls every time, but it is a little flavor that I like, you know?
You're all here. You're all ready to go, right? Dot. All right, none of you can speak, so I guess it's up to me to do the talking.
I could see everyone drop their shoulders dejectedly.
Then I can just cut right to the chase. You need to destroy and kill those invaders for the sake of humanity's future. That's all. Simple as best, am I right? Then let's get right to it. Initiate defensive battle.
Wah 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 wah. Wah 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 wah. Everyone seemed to have something they wanted to say, but I couldn't tell what. Worrying about it will just make me lose focus. I need to ignore it and fight. I'm just going to assume that they made everyone mute for this. Ah, it's this one again. But shouldn't you be mute as well? Right?
Yup.
Annihilate anime Bosch. Is the joke going to be that this was doing the signal and therefore he doesn't have to make anything for us? I was trying to tell them that all that was left to do was finish it off, but of course no one could hear me. Enough already. Time to end this. Alright, this will be Moko's turn, I guess. Oh, we don't get to hear what she says? Angry. Oh, wait, she voiced.
Anyone else want a piece of me?
Okay. So did that fix it, or would they just not think to mute these?
A battle behind us. We returned to the war room completely exhausted.
Fighting without being able to hit each other was harder than I ever would have imagined.
Great work, everybody. You're all looking rather gaunt. Did you burn a lot of calories? Fighting might feel harder than usual since you can't hear each other to coordinate. I need to quickly put together this countermeasure so we can move past this. So I'll get right to work then. Everyone, please lend me your support. And actually, no, you should get some rest. I'll give you the details tomorrow. You are dismissed. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Even Shirei must have noticed we were tired. We all returned to our rooms. I must have been more exhausted than I thought, because I fell asleep as soon as I flopped into bed.
Day 58.
Hello, this is an emergency broadcast. I have a present for you today, soldiers. Come to the war room immediately. That is all.
Well then, I believe I know where we're going. The cafeteria. This morning I awoke to the sound of an emergency broadcast instead of the usual morning announcement. I rubbed my sleepy eyes and looked at the clock. It looked like I'd overslept just a little. What does he mean by present anyway? He wants us to meet in the war room, I guess?
Okay, that's everyone. Without further ado, I wish to make an announcement about my solution for the communication woes plaguing you.
Oh, finally, I leaned forward excitedly. All right, a sudden guess. He's gonna do like telepathy, right?
I don't have anything, sorry.
I could practically hear everyone deflating.
Well, the enemy's sonic attack was more powerful than I thought, so I gave up pretty quickly. You know, I would prefer to spend my time on something more meaningful rather than something difficult. This is just a little communication hiccup, nothing a special defense unit can't handle.
I could tell from Takemaru's expression that he was asking for permission to start punching. Honestly, just go for it, man.
Wow, hold on now. That's why I readied a present for you.
Present?
It took blood, sweat, and tears to make this, okay? But this felt like this is the best solution. Well, I've now created extra work for myself, as I'll have to manage these going forward, but you can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs, I guess. Okay, I can see someone tapping their foot impatiently, so get ready for the reveal. Ta-da!
Sensing that Kurata was about to throttle him, Sirei pulled out his gift. Is that a smartphone?
This is what we call a tablet. Accursed communication-based weapons that once destroyed familial conversation.
Oh, come on, that's a biased way to put it. Although I guess it depends on the family. Ava handed out the devious weapons to all of us. The tablet was set up for chatting and entering messages using handwritten input. It was a big step up from hauling pen and paper everywhere.
Whoever wrote why wouldn't you just give us these out from the start? It's not that easy.
Who are you trying to convince? I immediately sent my retort through my device, but Sirei just ignored it and continued on.
This school isn't set up to get wireless signals, so I really had to agonize just to set up basic sending and receiving. And I have to constantly monitor the network to keep it running. It would be a total disaster if the enemy managed to intercept it. After all, that's valid. But drastic times call for drastic measures. My camera died. What? I figured I could run it for a week or so on a special trial basis, and let me try to fix that. Hold on a moment.
Okay, it broke, so you get this for a minute.
Drastic time calls for drastic measures. I'm still moving my head around like you could see me. I figured I could run it for a week or so on a special trial basis.
We can only use it for a week? Shortest lived app ever. It's funny because it's, where?
No more complaints, thank you. It's not easy running a special social media app. Also, you don't dare try it. You dare try to reverse engineer or mod it. Anyway, you could do whatever you want with them for a week. I'm going back to work. Poodles.
And with that, Sirei practically fled from the war room to avoid being heckled. And I am going to flee from this recording so I can try to fix what's going on and hopefully not break anything in the progress. So until we meet again, I'm afraid this is going to have to be farewell.